Hi, everybody. This is Catherine. I'm the general manager of Women Travel Abroad, and this is the info session for our Vienna and Budapest Christmas Markets tour from December 4th through 10th, 2026. So diving right in, we have a itinerary that starts on December 4th in Vienna. You'll arrive to the Vienna airport. We'll have your private airport transfer to the hotel, and then the first activity this day is the welcome dinner. Guests are welcome to arrive a day early, and we can add a extra pre-night at the hotel if you want a little bit of time to adjust to, say, the time zones or just want a little bit of extra time in Vienna. Then December 5th, we have our guided walking tour of Vienna where we'll see various different landmarks. And then you'll have free time to go to any of the nine Christmas markets. The plan is for the group to go together to one Christmas market on December 5th, and then in the morning start together at another Christmas market on December 6th. But then there are nine Christmas markets throughout Vienna. So if you want to hit up all nine on your free day, you can. Otherwise, you can start in the morning with us at one of the markets and just stay there the whole day. So it's flexible. December 6th is your free day in Vienna. We'll gather as a group for dinner. And like we said, we'll go together to our first Christmas market in the morning as a group, but then you'll be able to go at your own pace. Then on December 7th, we will have breakfast and take the train from Vienna to Budapest. This is a very scenic train ride, so everybody will be able to enjoy. And we'll get into Budapest and then have some free time to settle into the new hotel and have dinner. On the 8th, we will have our day where we go to the Szinecki thermal baths and as well do a walking tour of the Buda Castle. So these are two of the big landmarks in Budapest. December 9th is another free day in Budapest. Again, we'll pick one market to go to as a group in the morning, and then you can explore at your own pace, and we'll get together that evening for our farewell dinner. Finally, December 10th, you will have your departures from Budapest Airport, and we will give you your airport transfer back. So one note on this trip is that you are arriving and departing from different airports. So you would need to book either two one-way flights or a multi-city flight that has you landing in Vienna and departing from Budapest. In terms of the highlights, in Vienna, we will have our guided walking tour that takes us to the Hofburg Palace, where we'll have the chance to explore both the outer gardens and the inside of the palace. Like I said, there are nine different Christmas markets, and we will visit at least two to three of them throughout the time in Vienna. But if you want to try to visit all of them, you absolutely can. They're located all throughout the city, including one that is actually on the Hofburg Palace Gardens. So it's a great way to be able to explore the Hofburg Palace as well as do some Christmas market shopping. And then we will also do a visit of the St. Stephen's Basilica. This picture from a year previous that we've done our Christmas markets tour, and it's really nice because there is also a Christmas market directly outside of St. Stephen's Basilica. So we're going to be seeing landmarks and doing shopping all throughout the time in Vienna, and it's very convenient because the markets are generally located in the same place that the landmarks and monuments are as well. And then in Budapest, we will have our thermal bath day. This is a really nice spa day. There are actually 13 different baths of different temperatures, both indoor and outdoor. And you'll have a ticket to enter. You can change. You'll get a robe and a towel, and then you can go explore the baths at your own pace and leisure. And then there's also steam rooms available. We'll have a very light lunch at the baths and wrap up by around 1 o'clock this day. And then that afternoon, we will transfer for a walking tour of the Buda Castle, the inside and the outside. We'll use an audio guide to help us learn all about the history, and it'll be more self-paced since you'll be able to listen to the audio guide and understand everything that you're seeing. And then finally, we'll have two Christmas markets at least. There are six markets in Budapest, but the two main ones are right in the center of the city, and we will have the chance to visit and shop from both of them. So, where we are staying, we're going to be staying at a nice boutique hotel called the Guest House in Vienna, and then we'll be staying at a really beautiful historical five-star property in Budapest called Hotel Corinthia. Both of them are very centrally located, making it super easy for you to just walk out to get to all of the main landmarks in each city. And there's great public transit in terms of trams and taxis available to get you to and from some of the Christmas markets that might be a little bit further away from our properties. In terms of FAQs, we do expect it to be cold. It's the beginning of December, so it'll be pretty cold, probably pretty gray, and not super long sunlight days since you are fairly north. So the weather should be probably in the 30s, 40s, if we're lucky, maybe even the 50s. There is, of course, a chance of snow and rain since it is winter, and you'll want to make sure that you're packing lots of layers. The activity level is fairly light, other than the walking tour of Vienna and walking around the Christmas markets themselves. There's not a lot of strenuous activity. We do want to make sure folks are prepared to do 1 to 2 flights of stairs, as well as walking on cobblestones, uneven surfaces, maybe slippery streets, unassisted. So, making sure that you are physically able to be on your feet for a day, but we'll have lots of breaks and it'll be a pretty leisurely pace. There is not a visa for US or Canadian citizens for either of these countries, which are both members of the EU, as of this presentation, the beginning of 2026, but there is talks of implementing a electronic visa process for the EU at the end of 2026. So if that is implemented, that would be something that is not included in the trip, but we would provide instructions on how to get one, and the expectation is that it'll be less than 20 US dollars for a visa. And the trip price is 6,495 US dollars in single occupancy, so your own private room at these 4 to 5 star hotels, daily breakfast and dinner as a group, 3 lunches, as well as all of the private transports to and from the airport, to and from the train stations, and all of the guiding and activities that were mentioned in the itinerary. So what's not included is your international flights to Vienna and from Budapest, as well as any personal spending money for the markets, travel insurance, and then any, extra meals or things like that that you buy outside of the breakfast, lunches, and dinners that are included. So I will pause there and take any questions.